The procession carrying the consigliere's body double quietly raced down the highway. We're being followed, aren't we? Yeah, there are probably 2 or so cars following our group. Stop at the next signal. We'll tangle with them there. You got it. Oliver's car was the last one on the line. He had chosen to earn an achievement by preventing the enemy from attacking, rather than fighting off an enemy attack. Exactly, that's how you do it. Oliver had calmly observed his surroundings, noticing that the cars had pursued them for over several blocks before anyone else. The 2 pursuing cars had 4 formidable-looking men in them. It was so obvious he almost grinned. Of course they could just be formidable-looking common folk. Let's be courteous. Sure, courteous, huh? Boss, everything's ready. Sorry I'm late. Is it just about time? Procession is 1 block from the attack point. The body doubles procession had taken a slight detour to defend against enemy ambushers. But since Maurice had decided on that route himself, it meant nothing. Those are Wayne's prized wolves. They're apparently proud of their noses. Like, literally, it's like just mask off. It's obvious why they're doing it. You must make absolutely sure they don't realize it's us. Yeah, boss. Well, no matter how hard you guys try, it'll probably be obvious. Those brats have good instincts when you'd at least expect it. In that case, we can't help some of them figuring it out. So in exchange, make sure none of them leaves alive. These guys are awful. And it's like obvious. Ugh, how terrible they are. Fuck Richard. I'm so mad. Sun Zalong's car entered the street containing the long Gaul. The barricade of cars was moved out of the way, allowing only Zalong's car through. The men in the GDS stood up straight, fully tense. They've arrived. They're here. Lee and Sun Zalong. We'll make you pay for your sins right here. Not revenge, by the way. Boss, it's Richard. I agree. I'm honored he came to meet us, but it's careless for him to stand in the middle of the street. Yeah, it's almost like it's a plan. I'm happy for the sentiment, but politely decline. Yes, boss. Only the big guard got out of the car. Looks like they're cautious after all, so they don't want a handshake here. It means they're no fools either. What do? Go inside. There's no problem with Keithskill. The distance from the car to the restaurant's more than enough. Consigliere, we're truly grateful for that you came to greet us directly. I meant it as a sign of respect to Mr. Zalong. But does he not wish to accept a handshake? Not at all. Our leader will gladly shake your hand. Who knows what might happen in the middle of a road with such a good view. For the sake of your safety as well, please allow them to greet you inside the restaurant. No helping it, huh? Understood. Then we will meet inside. So you shamelessly show such caution now, Sun Zalong. Okay, come out. Keith, it's finally time to let them feel Stella's pain. First, Lee got out of the car. I mean, you should always just have bigger guys around you on all sides. He was surrounded by guards just in case of snipers, but that wasn't enough to stop Keith. By just putting a little pressure on the trigger, he could blow off Lee's skull. But not yet. Sun Zalong would get away. Once the two of them are outside of the bulletproof limo, then all at once. There's literally no point in time that they're both going to be outside. Damn. Without Alan looking through the binoculars, the scope's field of vision is really narrow. Keith's eyebrows twisted angrily. Lord, if you would. What are you doing? No! One at a time! Lee politely opened the door, and a thin young man got out. Why? That's so moronic. Thanks to his assertive GDS-style outfit, you could tell he was a leader at a glance. Dressed up like it's a festival, you make a great sniper's target. On the battlefield, if you obviously dress as a superior officer, you make a perfect target for snipers. So on the battlefield, you don't dress up in things that stand out, and your subordinates sometimes don't even salute you. That outfit, which radiated Sun Zilong's dignity, was extremely convenient for Keith. The car was in the way. If he let them walk a bit further, the end. Is it the street behind that? What? Who is that? Don't park in a place like this. Everything beyond this point is off limits. Use a different road. His men's defenses mean nothing. Keith's bullet can hit a target from 400 meters away. It's me, Yuki. Out of the way. My brother and the others are in danger. Yeah, but they're like meters, hundreds of meters away. Hey there, Lee. Sorry, but let us greet each other inside. The ventilation is too good here. So we villains can't even shake hands where the sun shines. My apologies. Come, young lord. Is that young lord of yours doing all right? He's been bent over for a while. Is he sick? 100%. There's no way this dude's like a legit one. This is a body double. Don't worry. Come. You should go inside too. The fact that he's not speaking at all or whatever? Nah. No shot. Is something the matter? Huh? This isn't like you. It's rare to see your eyes wander like this, Cyrus. Just a bug bugging me. It's a new suit. It's usually pretty rough, but it's strangely annoying today. Come, Zilong. Let us go inside. Brother, get cover! Yuki, what are you doing here? Movement. Hey, you missed. Dumb fuck. Ah! At that moment, Zilong's upper body remained in place while his neck jerked back. Never mind. Then he crumpled to the asphalt. Are you okay, young lord? Fool, it's a sniper! Young lord! Look out, Lee. Hide! Never mind, it actually could have been the young lord. Why wasn't he fucking talking? Brother! Why are you still outside? No! No! Get down. So they were attackers after all. Yeah, totally saw through them. I know my fucking Yuki didn't just get fucking shot. When they reach a place where the street was narrower thanks to the cars parked on the sides, I will have no respect for Keith. I just want his blood at that point. They suddenly hit the brakes and turned their car sideways, blocking the road. It was a strategy to block the cars tailing them and cut them off from the main group. However, when the enemy realized they'd been spotted, they bared their fangs immediately. Oh god, if it makes me fucking fire as Keith, I'm just auto-losing. I'll take fucking 8 billion losses. I'm never killing someone, especially Yuki. Fuck that. That roughness, it's gotta be him. What's the rest of the procession doing? They should be escaping while we hold these guys off. What the hell is that? A formidable-looking men were aiming at the procession from the second-story windows. It proved this was definitely an ambush, but that wasn't what shocked Oliver and the others. It was the weapons the men were holding. Panzerfaust! It was an anti-tank weapon invented by the German military during the war. A 5-kilogram grenade launcher that anyone could use. It was capable of destroying any tank that existed at the time with a single shot. If even a tank couldn't withstand them, there was no way an armored limo could. Bye. Smoke erupted from several windows, blowing up one car from the procession after another. The consigliary's car! This is really bad. At this rate, we'll all be killed. But we can't run away on our own. We've got to rescue the consigliere. You saw that explosion. He's got to be dead already. Running is not an option until we confirm that. Do you think you can report to Wayne about how you turned and tail and ran? Well, do you? The cowards can stay here quivering. The wolves can come with me. Don't let them get near the consigliere's car. Just fucking kill him. fucking Oliver, just kill him. You're gonna die, but Jesus, at least kill someone. Oh God, I don't think he's fine. I'll be so upset. I swear to God, I hit that. Alan and all the men from the GDS were veterans back from the battlefront. When they heard the sound of a sniper, they instinctively jumped behind cover at once. Everyone in the massive group of guards was curled up behind the corner. Through Keith's scope, that single blast of gunfire must have appeared to have erased everyone in the whole area. Only two figures remained. One was Zilong, sprawled unnaturally on the asphalt, shot through the skull. The meeting is suspended. Get the young lord out of here once. Yes, boss. What's going on? Hey, look at that. I see. So we both thought the same thing. Xiaolon escaped while protecting the young lord. Xiaolon and Zilong's guards, who had been hiding behind the corner, quickly disappeared into an alley. Surrounded and protected by the group as he retreated was Sun Zilong, wearing the same outfit as the guards. Dumb fuck. The one shot had been Zilong's body double. Yeah, there's no way. One could have easily predicted an enemy attack in a situation like this. It was a natural decision for them to make. That's Zilong. Sun Zilong for you. It seems he won't go down easily. Consigliere, it's dangerous here. Retreat. Get in the car. In the back of the restaurant. The guards hadn't been told that Keith would be sniping, so they were in a panic. If they acted too unconcerned, people would probably find it suspicious. Damn. Have they attacked again? It's dangerous here. Let's scram. You guys pull out. Yes, boss, we're withdrawing. Tighten the guard around the consigliere and the grand boss. Look out for snipers, too. We're both terrible actors. You okay? Lee's shrill voice rang throughout the quiet street. There were two figures lying on the asphalt. One was Zilong's body double, shot through the head. The other was Yuki, shot through the abdomen. Get her! Yuki, don't try to move. Stay like that. Miss, we're coming. Let's go carry her to cover. Fools don't leave cover. Alan, you go fucking get it. You know it's Keith. Holy shit. You know it's him. Get her. He should know it's her. Fuck this dude. He saw her. He knows who she... Fuck him. Alan was also a sniper, so he knew how foolish it was to show yourself when facing off against a sniper. However, the three GDS men leapt out of cover to save Yuki. I will go off with the GDS people. I ain't fucking with Primavera people anymore. Fuck them. I have no respect. Zero. None. I will defend against them. Fuck. Two of the men who had rushed towards Yuki had tried to lift her up tumbled backwards, and they never moved again. A single trail of blood dribbled it down from their foreheads. A single bullet had been accurately shot into each of their foreheads. It was only natural. At this distance, with no wind, it was easy for Keith to, as poking a target with his finger. Ah. After witnessing the other two men die right in front of him, the third man's legs gave out. Look, he doesn't have infinite ammo. After falling, he tried to crawl back to cover on all fours like a baby, but another merciless shot hit him below the armpit. Are you okay? Hang in there. Get this man to a doctor quickly. It was no good. It got him in the lung. It's a small wound, and he's still moaning, so it probably looks like he can be saved. But it probably wouldn't happen. Ellen had seen many people die like that on the battlefield. But Yuki's case was different. She'd been hit in the side of her abdomen, of course. It was a serious wound, but one very possible to survive if she could be rushed to a hospital. They had a car. The hospital wasn't even that far away, and she was was right in front of him. Alan, get him. Yeah, he couldn't get any closer. Do it. I don't care. Listen to me, Lee. Do not leave cover. This is a real sniper who's been shooting. There's no way he'll miss his target. It seems so. What terrifying skill. Alan had never met a sniper more talented than Keith. However, his sharpness as a sniper seemed even more honed than usual today. Keith. When you lost Stella and Yuji, you probably believed it was the GDS who did it. I can imagine how much hatred you must feel as you hold that gun. Alan. Take shallow breaths. I'll definitely save you, so don't lose hope. Of course. Attractive women don't die. She had willpower. Her physical strength should probably last a while. Of course, it wouldn't last long. Even so, it was at least a spark of hope in this situation. Most likely, when Yuki suddenly cut in, the scope aiming for Lee was jostled and lost his aim. That was why the sniper had missed, only catching Yuki in the gut, while finishing off the other two targets in a single shot. Are there 3 snipers? They took out 3 people who ran out in an instant. To think they had their hands on 3 snipers with such talent. No, that's wrong. There's only 1. That's a cutting-edge Soviet sniper rifle. It holds 10 bullets. On semi-auto, it can hit a target at 600 meters. It's probably brought extra magazines too. We can't count on him running out and taking time to reload. In older snipers, rifles, it had been necessary to use an action to reload after each shot. Well, yeah, it was a bolt action usually. Since that required the shooter removing its eyes from its target, it caused a significant gap in time. However, that didn't apply for semi-automatic guns. They could fire off bullets one after another. That capacity, along with Keith's genius, made for a merciless Reaper's sickle. I mean, he's shot 4 times. 5 times. Count bullets. You know a lot about it. I guess I should expect no less from the partner of Primavera's greatest sniper. Lee probably thought this attack had been caused by the same mysterious enemy who had attacked Yuki. It's wrong. It's Keith's gun that did this. Richard, Keith. Their sadness at losing Stella and Yuji had brought them together and demanded an enemy. Stop, Keith. I understand how it feels to lose a loved one, how it feels to want to take revenge. But you're taking revenge against the wrong people. As he just saw, it's useless to try and save her by force. At this rate, Yuki will lose so much blood and die. There's no way to save Yuki directly, not unless we can do something about that sniper. Where's he shooting from? It's probably from a roof or fire escape on a building at the end of the street. At the end of the street? It could be several hundred meters away. For a sniper with military training, that's nothing. Training aside, he was a descendant of the Matagi, and received his first lesson as a child. Those genius sniping techniques put to shame all those who learned how to use guns after joining the military. Hey, Brawler, are you sure the enemy's in the building at the end of the street? Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no other position that's that good. Okay, you guys, gather your forces. Take a different route and head towards that building at the end of the street. If an enemy attacks, the sniper should retreat. Then we'll be able to save the young miss. Please. Understood. Let's go, men. Let's beat down that antisocial sniper. Fucking kill him. Cut his head off. All you need to do is drive the sniper away. Please hurry. Actually, if you start shooting at it. Yuki, hang in there. This really sucks. Won't be able to wear a bikini anymore. If you're able to complain like that, you'll be fine. But don't talk. Save your strength. I'll save you no matter what. And save me quickly. I would do that if I could, but I can't, even though I'm Alan, Keith's partner. Keith would never pair with anyone but Alan. So right now, Keith must be sniping without a spotter. In other words, he could only see with his scope, and its narrow range of vision, or his naked eye, which could only see indistinct shapes. With Keith's first attack, he should have seen Yuki pushing Lee out of the way to protect him. He knows she's one of Lee's relatives. Yeah, but if you, get out there, he would see you. If he fires, then he's actually just a sociopath. Well, he is, but... So he must be planning to use her as bait to lure him out. However, his field of vision was small without a spotter. Right now, Keith's concentration must be terrifyingly intense as he planned to reflexively shoot any figures that approached her. In other words, even if Alan dashed forward, Keith would just instantly shoot him through the head, not realizing that it was him. He's a fucking moron! Anyway, the only way to save her would be to chase Keith from his sniping position. God, I want him to die. Boss, they'll have the sniper chased away soon. After that, we must take young Miss to the hospital immediately. Please, please! Even Lee, who is known for being cool and collected, seemed agitated and bit his lower lip, looking as though he was praying. He's a big brother who cares for his little sister. It must break his heart to have his sister lying in front of him, but be unable to rush to her. Keith had noticed that too. He was probably being patient, focusing his aim on Yuki and waiting for Lee to be lured out. However, for a sniper, that means your field of vision is limited, and you become unable to see what's going on around you. If Lee's subordinates would close in on Keith during that gap. Damn, which building was it? Was it another block down? So that's some terrifying skill. Just how far is he shooting from? There! Should be the first one when you go down that alley with the sign. Hey, look out! I mean, if he hears fucking gunfire, I would be like, whoa, what the fuck? Well, fucking start sacrificing 5 other guys. Don't care. Do it for her. Oh, damn it, they've set an ambush! A sniper whose location had been found out must not be left alone. Elites under Maurice had been hiding and waiting in front of Keith's building. They had even had machine guns positioned in beds of trucks parked alongside the building, and they prevented their advance with enough firepower for a real war zone. If the GDS wanted to stand up against such an onslaught, they would also need to be armed well enough for a war zone. Normally, they would have also brought machine guns while protecting the young lord, but this time they had refrained from bringing anything more than handguns to avoid provoking their partners. We're fucked. Is what you mean there. Fuck. Start just shooting up at the building. Because you could just spook him as well. Just enough to, like, cause a distraction. It's no use, we can't use anything with handguns. For the young Miss life depends on it. Even if we can't do anything, we will do something. He's got the fucking right attitude. The winner's mentality. Oh, hey, Oliver. Oh, fuck. I just want Yuki to be safe. That's all I care about. It's not going to be, but I just want her to be safe. But Maurice even changed our route right before we left. It's obviously a large-scale ambush. That's impossible. Yeah, it's like they planned it. Probably means we've got traitors among us. The enemy had taken positions on the second story of the building on either side. In other words, they had been caught in a pincer attack. There was no way such a trap could be set up unless the enemy had been sure the procession would pass this way. Yeah, crazy how that works. The enemy's initial simultaneous attack had set the procession aflame, and the few guards who had survived had been thrown into chaos. Nearly all the guards were young wild dogs. They had no battlefield experience. They had experience with people pointing handguns at each other, but none of them had been baptized by the flames of explosions while bullets flew about. The few survivors that were cowering behind cover were their faces pale. Are you okay? Hang in there. Did the consigliere escape? What about the consigliere's car? Oliver, it's no use. It's no use. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die! Stay with me. Do you call yourself a wolf? Wayne's been much closer to the brink of death than this. Oh, well, sure. Now's the time that we make a legend. Now is when the alley rats become true wolves. Give it your all and live. Oliver! Young men peered at Oliver through the gaps in the barricade formed by crashed trucks, looking as though they were going to cry. Even Oliver was scared. He'd never been dragged into a gunfight on this scale. However, wasn't this the sort of big chance he had dreamed of? This was a chance to survive and prove his abilities to Zell. What about the consigliere's car? Did it explode? It didn't. Someone flipped over by the hot fire hydrant. There had been spared a direct hit by a grenade in the first simultaneous attack. It had lost control and rammed into a fire hydrant. It turned sideways and rolled over, and its underside has now been doused by the rain from the plume of water, spouting from a fire hydrant they'd hit. Its doors were still closed. There was no sign that those inside had escaped. We can't even tell if they're okay from here. They've got to be dead. Let's run away, okay? Cowards can bite their tongues and die on the spot. We are guards selected by Maurice. If you get scared and run now, it'll be like splashing mud on Wayne's face. From this position, they couldn't check to see if the consigliere was alive or dead. It was probably the same for the enemy. The enemy didn't intend to retreat until they confirmed the consigliary's death. In fact, it seemed they didn't plan on leaving anyone alive, the guards included. Listen up, we'll all strike back at once. We'll send out bullets towards all windows on both sides and make them draw back. We'll use that time to secure the consigliary's car and escape. Got that? Wayne would fight. This is your first and last chance to become like him. Let's do it. We gotta do it. We have to do it. You remember what we thought when we were alley rats? If the only alternative was living as rats forever and eventually starving to death, then we wanted to live and die as wolves, even if it only lasted a day. You're right. Today is the day. We will become wolves. We are the wild dogs. Today we change from stray dogs to true wolves. Yeah. And then they die. Shit's fucked, dude. And it's all for fucking a body double. I thought he was gonna be the body double. Be like, oh, you gotta fake it. That was better. But man, these people fucking suck. Primavera people, that is. This is why you don't hire Maurice. Yuki, stop! Yuki, don't try to talk. Lee, don't jump out no matter what. You're the one they're after. Haven't you chased that sniper off yet? Enemy set up an ambush. They're terrifyingly armed and we're no match for him. I'm calling for support now. We just need a bit more time. We have no time. What? Lee, how are they doing? Do they still need more time to chase out that sniper? Still, it was all a trap. They couldn't even get close to the sniper's building. Those rough, large-scale methods, there's no doubt it's the enemy from that day. Do you still suspect the GDS after all of this? Now is precisely the time we must join hands with Primavera and fight. What happened to Richard's group? They already escaped. No one from Primavera's here. So, they left us behind. Well, it's not as though they had an obligation to save us. Normally, leaving immediately would have been the right decision. Yeah, but here it's like... But he couldn't abandon Yuki when she was lying on the ground right in front of him. But he couldn't save her either, because that was the sniper's trap. That's right. It was exactly like the time Yuji was shot and Stella was lured out. Look, I don't give a fuck. He saw her! He's literally already seen her. He knows who she is. Fuck this cunt. Must be tough, Lee Meiju. The pain is the pain Stella felt when she wanted to save Yuji, who was suffering in front of her, but couldn't. And Stella was able to dash forward for Yuji's sake, even though she knew she would die. Lee. That woman's one of your relatives, isn't she? Tastes the same sadness Stella felt and died the same way. You're a cut. That hasn't changed. Don't worry. Look, he wasn't even like, just to be like a fucking dick about it and like just brutally honest. He doesn't even fucking know Stella that well, okay? They fucked. And he took care of the kid a little bit. That's it. He didn't know her that well, okay? There's way other people that probably fucked her more and probably know more about her. Just saying. Okay, now. By firing on the enemies on both sides of their allies simultaneously, they could temporarily stop the enemy attack. Like, just because you're a fucking virgin, I guess, doesn't mean you should lose your fucking mind. During that gap, they would head towards the turned-over car and rescue the consigliere. Oliver, hurry! Ah! Slides. During that gap, Oliver dashed out from behind the cover and dove behind the consigliere's rolled-over car. However, since enemies were attacking from both sides, there's nothing actually protecting Oliver now. If his allies' cover fire dropped in for an instant, and the enemies poked out their faces, he'd be immediately riddled with holes. He felt the terror and helplessness of being suspended over hell by a single thread of spiderweb. Consigliere, are you okay? Hello? He knocked on the window of the rolled-over car, peering in. He could see the consigliere, but neither he nor the guards riding with him responded. They were all lying down, entwined inside the upside-down car. However, he spotted the consigliere's distinctive clothes at once. Consigliere, I'm going to save you right now. Keep shooting! Keep their heads down until Oliver gets the consigliere out of here! Honestly, you just have to shoot the one overlooking where Oliver is, because the car is protecting him. That's what you need to focus on right now. Fuck. But I mean, they got fucked. And no one's gonna fucking live to be able to be like, yo, Primavera really fucked us over here. They're gonna wipe out Wayne's group so that it's only people loyal to Primavera left. Oliver, hurry, we're almost out of bullets! His comrades covered each other while the others were reloading, pinning down the enemy with a superb barrage. The enemy was clearly in a superior position, so they wouldn't open themselves up to risk by shooting back. However, their allies would soon be out of bullets. Oliver's time to save the consigliere was almost up. Time the door open! The knock of the crash had apparently removed the door lock. But the door was apparently bent at an angle and didn't open it easily. Dragging through the window. He stuck his hand through a 10-centimeter gap he had managed to create and tried to pull it open by force. I'm out! Over, we're out of ammo, it's no use hide! Almost there, consigliere! Alright, babe. Hey, can you just like this? That would be really cool. Wait, who's... Oh, we're back over here. Never mind. We're back on the Chinese side. We're no match. They're too heavily armed. They were prepared for war from the beginning. Why are the police coming when they're making so much noise? This always happens. Did you think they'd step in to stop city maggots from crushing each other? That anti-social sniper building is right in front of us. Damn it! Fuck. I completely whiffed on 3 of them and was locked. Locked in my own fucking head. I'd still like to point out, Keith still saw her. He even's like, oh, is that Yuki over there? So I don't want to hear any fucking bullshit of like, oh, I just didn't know. Fuck him. He knew. It's the best. You get to run wild like this without having to worry about the cops. Those Chinese bastards can't do a thing. Hasn't Keith finished hunting yet? He's probably still enjoyed himself. Time for us to have some fun too. Fuck Keith. I hope he dies. I want him to suffer. I want him to get fucking cancer.